Howdy, howdy, everybody. Welcome back to Stranded Deep in Conversation. This is gonna be a very scattered one. It's probably gonna be a pretty short one as well, just because I'm fucking tired. I'm so tired. I need to. It's literally 9:46 a.m. of the Thursday in question, of which we will be stranded in conversation. And I don't at all. I work at 1 o'clock, so I need to have this done by 1 o'clock. No, I have to have this done by 12 o'clock, so I can actually walk to work. So I've got. I'm gonna try my best not to ramble, but it's also been a minute and I haven't even started talking about the important things. So here, we're off to a good start. I'm fidgeting with a piece of plastic, so you're probably gonna hear that a lot. It's like a little clippy thing. I don't understand what it is, but I don't know why it's here, but it's mine. I'll stop for the sake of quality, even though you probably won't be able to hear it over the actual sounds of the game. I don't know. I'm just gonna run it, and we're gonna gun it. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be great. Hope you're all doing well. I'm doing pretty well myself. I have to say though, actually never mind. I don't have anything to say. I thought I did. I don't. Actually, you know what? I do. Before we get into this week in retail, I'm gonna talk about something that we did on Tuesday, because Tuesday I was off, so after stream I went to the movies with my sisters and some friends, and they went to see Night Swim, which, by the way, fucking awfully bad movie. Like, it was a fun bad movie for me, but holy heck, it was just I love the bit. I'm absolutely gonna spoil parts of the ending. I love the bit where he's just like the main character, like the dad, is like, the pool is the best thing that's ever happened to us. Like, he raves about this pool so damn much. Like, it's a pool. Like, I don't know if he was already cursed the moment he stepped into it, or because he was just feeling better at the pool. He's like, I love this pool so much. This pool's awesome. I don't care if you guys have literally been traumatized by it. It's my pool. I love it. And then freaking he goes into it, actually gets possessed by the pool. And then he tries to drown that kid, but then towards the end of the movie, like, or he's like drowning his son, or like the son just gets pulled into the pool and starts to drown, and they finally pull him out, and he goes from like choking and is possessed and is almost dying and like trying to cure his possession shit, and then he turns to look at the son when he makes a single noise. He's like, "Isn't he okay?" As if everything's completely fine, like he wasn't just choking before. He isn't like, is he alright? No, he's like, is he okay? Like, fucking incredible. That was just so awesome. I think that was the funniest fucking thing in the world. But, regardless, here we are. And also during that time, someone was recording the movie. Another phone. The people below us were recording the movie, which I thought was just funny. They got like the perfect middle seat in the middle row, so there wasn't like an angle or anything. They got the perfect seat to record, and there weren't any people below them either. So literally just a perfect recording session for them, and they recorded the movie. So good on them. They're making bread. Yeah, that's the term. I'm pretty sure how it is. Pretty sure that's the term. Either way, if it's not, I don't care. Welcome, everybody, to Stranded Deep in Conversation. I feel like stranded is a very good word for this, because if you somehow wind up here and you're this far in, you can turn back. It's very easy to turn back. It's just that there's absolutely no rhyme or reason to what's happening here. It's all stranded, because there's all hope of a formula or just a sensible structure is gone. But this week in retail, everybody, let's talk about this week in retail, because otherwise, I'm sure a lot of you are probably a little bit alarmed by the name of the thing if you're watching this, so you probably want to hear that. So I'll milk that out for a little while. No, I'm kidding. I'll try my best to get there, but I take a lot of time. To get to things, I'm slow in the brain. So 5 minutes in, here we go. So on Thursday, nothing too crazy happened. Just one thing of note. Uh, I was putting away some of the truck, and I noticed that there was a tote, which is like a plastic container. That has our truck in it. It was there, and they just were. It was on like a piece of metal. I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of annoying. It's like it was right adjacent to a pole, which was like held down by like four very thick bolts. And I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna take it off of there. I don't know who put this like leaning on there. And I try to grab it, and it won't come off. It won't come up. You know, I look a little harder. I notice that someone somehow managed to fucking impale the entire thing into the bolt in the ground. And it took me like a fucking few minutes to like pry it off, because someone like slammed that thing on there. And when I took it off, you can literally you saw the giant gaping fresh hole in the bottom of the back of the bin. And I'm like, what the fuck? How did someone manage to do that? Like that's like an ungodly amount of force you'd have to do that. And that's just impressive. More than anything else. I swear, guys, I am gonna make this a bit more professional one day. But for now, it's this. Friday I was off, so nothing real of a note there. And Saturday I didn't write anything down. Can't remember shit that I did. I specifically wrote can't remember shit I did into Saturday's thing. So that's helpful, I think. On Sunday, it was just kind of a normal-esque day. My coworkers were just catching me up to speed on what was going on before they left. I was like, okay, cool, this is pretty easy. And two of them that were leaving were just like trying to explain. One was trying to explain to the other how to do a specific thing on the register. Like there's like a transaction that needed like a specific thing to be done, and like they were trying to do it. And one of them was like, I'm pretty sure I know how to do it, but can you remind me how to do it? And then they both, for like the next 3 minutes, just went on this long tirade of saying something that they were supposed to do, realizing it was the wrong thing, and figuring out something else. And they were and the whole conversation just played like an Abbott and Costello bit, and I was laughing my ass off the entire time. And then they started laughing too, because at first they were like, "Oh my god, what is it? Like they were like taking it seriously," and then they just couldn't find the option. And eventually they did, but it was just fucking hilarious watching them stumble through that. That was so funny. I love when dumb shit happens. It's genuine. It's funny. It was just very funny. I don't know. Like the one who asked was being told what to do. They tried it, it didn't work, and they were like, "Man, I think I'm supposed to do this," and then they tried their own thing, it didn't work, and then the customer was just like, if I can just get a different day, and they're like, no, we got this, here, hit this button, and then I half expected the freaking register to just explode on their face, and just have that black charcoal smear all over them. It was just very funny. Another thing that was very funny, probably the highlight of the week, if I'm being honest, was on this Sunday. I got bored, and one of my coworkers was driving one of my other coworkers home, and I was just chatting with one of my other coworkers. See, it's such an easy story to follow if I don't use names. And we were just talking, and towards the end, we're like, "Oh, they're gonna come back soon," and we gotta pull like a prank on them or something. So we took like this. We had like a poster thing in our break room with like an old man on it. And we took the old man's face off of the poster, and we we taped it to the bottom of their Fiji water bottle they were drinking. First of all, good choice water. Like, that's just a spot-on choice for water. But they brought it in, and so we just taped it to the bottom of the thing. Like we said, we had like the face facing upwards into the water, so when they'd go to take a sip, they'd just see old man just staring at them. And we also wrote hi on the bottom, just for when she noticed, she'd be like, "What the heck happened there?" She flips it around, she's like, "Hello." So we just thought it'd be really funny. But they had to leave before they came back, so I was the only one in charge. I was the one in charge of getting her to figure that was there without making it too obvious. And let me tell you, I failed on so many fronts. Because first of all, she noticed the note. Eventually, we like got up to the front together, and we were like, "Oh yeah, so all that stuff on your cart over there, is that like expired stuff? Like, or are you putting it away?" She's like, "No, it's all expired." I'm like, "Oh, even the water?" And then that's like, she's like, "No, it's my water. See, look, I'm gonna drink it, and it's gonna be great." And she's like, "Ah, cool." And then she like feels the bottom of it, and she notices there's something on the bottom, and she like sees the note that just says hello, and she's like, "Oh, you guys are so sweet. That was so nice of you." And then I just have to be like, "No, no, 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 no. Don't you notice something else? You know, like from the top." And she doesn't understand it at all what I'm trying to say. And I spend the next like 3 minutes trying to like not just show her the bottle with the face in it, but like really trying to imply what she should be looking for. And eventually, she does notice it, and she starts laughing her ass off, and it was very funny. And she's like, who is that? Who is that?" I recorded it because then my coworker wanted to see it, so it was very funny. But yes, it was a fucking nightmare. I had to like spin the bottle in her hand. She went to look at the bottom. She's gonna like peel off the thing so she could see what was on the other side. But I was like, no, 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 it's much more funny this way. So like I had to like spin it around in her hand to be like, now look, really look at it. And then they got it. So they managed to see it, and it was very funny. But it was just a stupid thing. I love pulling. Everyone in my store loves pulling little sillies on everybody. It's very fun. Sorry, I keep picking this fucking piece of plastic up. Go away. Throw you away. Actually, yeah. Goodbye. Monday, Tuesday, I had off. Those were my stream days. So hope you enjoyed the bit of longer streams. I am off the next Monday and Tuesday for the next 3 weeks. So, I'm probably going to stream again on Mondays for the next few weeks, or maybe not. I do have other plans as well for like videos and stuff, so I might not. I might just keep it to Sundays, but Sundays are going to have to be like a shorter stream, and Tuesdays can be like the long stream, and then Friday can be like a short stream or something. I don't know. We'll have to see. At least for this week, probably not going to stream Monday, but then the week after that I might stream Monday. And then the next one I won't because it's going to be Table for One, so... or I can. We can probably just finish off Table for One. Not Table for One, but like, we can finish off like Mice and Mystics. I think we only have like 3 chapters left, so we'll see. Well, we have 9, 10, 11... Yeah, we only have 3 chapters left, so we can do 9 on Friday and then 10 and 11 on the 29th. Okay, yeah, so we can finish Mice and Mystics. That sounds good. Good plan. But now here we are at Wednesday, which was just yesterday. A couple things happened. I chipped my thumbnail somehow, my left-hand thumbnail, like, and again, I don't know how I chip my nails so frequently. Like, I don't have fake nails, which is, I feel like is an obvious statement to make, but I don't have them. And the fact that I keep chipping my damn nail on things when I'm at work is ridiculous. If I grow them out to, like, a little bit more than, like, the average, I guess, they just all get chipped immediately. So like it's never like the middle or like just like an even layer. It's always like a chunk of the side of the nail. So that way, if I want it to actually look like normal, I have to like remove a huge portion of the nail. And again, the only reason I have them growing, it's only my thumbnails that I grow, and it's only because I want to play kalimba, and you need your nails to play kalimba. So it's a stupid reason, but it was. I'm upset. And now one of my thumbs has a much bigger nail, so I'm going to have to cut the other one nail now, just that way they can grow in tandem again. It's very annoying, very annoying. The other thing that happened was something that made me fucking livid. So, someone, during a transaction, a customer, did the thing that I imagine every single retail worker in existence just hates with a passion. And that's tossing their cash onto the counter instead of handing it to you. So like, instead of being like, if I told him it was like $10 or something, and he like throws like it's like 10.50, it's like 7.40 something, I think. So he pulls out a 5, throws the 5, pulls out a 1, throws the 1, throws the 1, throws the other one. Literally puts his hand into his pocket. I think I have change, and I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, man, make it easier. He grabs 2 quarters and a nickel. Fucking actually just chucks them onto the counter to the point where they all start scattering everywhere, and I have to go like hunt them down. It was fucking ridiculous, and that made me pissed. Like I had my hand out ready to receive the coins at least, and he just fucking the moment his hand leaves his pocket, he just chucks the money onto the ground. And I'm like, I'm sorry? Did I do something to you? Like, I don't think I did anything. I literally this just happened. I checked you out, and now suddenly you're just chucking money like I'm a stripper at a club. But it was ridiculous. And I hate that. I hate when they do that. It makes me unreasonably mad. Just because it's like, you can at least have common decency and just put it in my hand. And then that's the thing, they always expect you to put it in their hand when you're done, like when you're giving them their change. So he had 9 cents of change, and I was mad at this man. I fucking wanted to, if I could, I wouldn't punch him in the face, but I wanted to do something to show him that I was not very happy with how he was treating the whole thing. So I took the 9 cents, a nickel and 4 pennies, if you don't know how math works, and I didn't throw them on the counter, alright? I'm a pansy, as the kids would say. I just put it on the counter. Like, I saw his hand about to reach out, and I just slapped him on the counter, and let me tell you, he glanced at me for a second, and then he, like, went to go, like, it wasn't, like, an evil glance either. He was like, what? Why'd you do that? That was kind of weird. And then he went to go pick up the coins, and he didn't swipe them to himself. He kind of, like, just picked up 1 coin, and I was like, oh, God, I feel fucking terrible. I'm so sorry. And then I swept them all up into my hand, and I went to give them to him, but apparently he didn't want the pennies. He only wanted the nickel anyway, so he was only going to take 1 coin. So he was probably, now that I think about it, he's probably just going to throw the other 4 pennies back at me if he picked them up. But I just felt so bad. I don't know how people do that. Like, the moment I put him down on the ground and I saw him go to, like, slowly pick him up, I felt so much guilt and sadness in my brain towards myself. I'm like, how could I do that? What's wrong with me? Just help the guy. I mean, come on, dude. What are you doing? I felt so bad. I felt genuinely awful because this guy was being a piece of shit, and I was trying to return the favor, but I don't think he meant to be. So that's why I'm always like, I don't know. I hate retaliating towards people who don't know they're being a piece of shit. Cause it's not. I don't know. I can't say it's their fault. Cause it's just. I just feel bad. I just feel bad. And it makes me feel like a piece of shit. But either way, there's one more thing that happened this week in retail that is going to finally, after 19 minutes, 17 minutes, 17 and a half minutes, and 35 seconds, it's finally going to mention the topic of today. And I was like checking for outdates and like our checkout candy stuff, and just the entire time I was doing it, so many candies were like expiring on September 11th of this year, like the chunky bars, some of the Lindt chocolate bars. So just numerous items, like a ridiculous amount. Like some of them had like just months and then years, but the ones that were specifically for the dates, like almost half of those bars and like candy things were expiring on September 11th of this year, not 2001, but regardless. And that just made me want to bring up today's topic. Well, it didn't make me want to bring it up. There's other things that made me want to bring it up. But that just kind of really sealed the deal. I was kind of like in between 2 topics for today, and that definitely fixed it for me. So let's talk 9/11. Serious thing, right? Obviously, it's a serious thing. I feel like that's why a lot of people are okay with making jokes about it, because it's such a serious thing, But, a lot of people died. It was pretty bad. The entire thing about 9/11, absolute travesty. And don't even tragedy. And don't get me wrong, I believe that. Purely. I'm not here to conspirize about anything. I'm not here to make any statements about the thing that happened. I'm here to talk about something more specifically related to me with 9/11. And I was born in 2002. I was born in July 2002, so I wasn't alive for 9/11. But I've always treated it seriously because it's a serious thing. And, I mean, sometimes, like, my friends would make jokes, and I'd make jokes with it. And it's like, it's like, I'd rather joke about that because at least then it shows that it didn't weigh down on, like, the American people. I feel like if we didn't joke about it, it'd be kind of like they won in a sense. Like it is made to strike fear into people. You know, it's like a terrorist attack. So of course it's made to strike fear into people. So if you don't try to show the fear anyway, then at least it doesn't seem like their thing worked. So that's my logic. So I'm perfectly fine with like. I'm also just generally in the field of you can make jokes about anything. So it's like, you know, 9/11 is just a thing that to be made jokes with, as long as they're in taste and are done properly and are actually funny. It's not just you being like, haha, I'm glad all those people died in 9/11. Come on, guys, laugh at my joke. Like, that's not. I mean, someone might laugh at that. In the right context, it could be a thing that people laugh at, but generally speaking, it's not very funny. But my friends make very specific 9/11 jokes semi-oftenly. And that specific one was, well, at one point in like a year ago, I think it was, the joke that he stuck with for 9/11 was from August 11th to September 11th, he would count down the days till 9/11, and every day he'd have like a different image to like post to the group chat, being like, "Oh, it's guys, it's 23 days till 9/11, everybody," and whatever. I didn't care for it. I didn't necessarily think it was all that funny, but what transpired as a result, or at least after the fact of when he started doing that countdown, was I could not go anywhere without seeing just the numbers, at least 9/11. 9 and 11 together, or sometimes the date September 11th. It was fucking everywhere. And again, not the event. I didn't see like flashbacks of the towers collapsing as a fetus in the womb. I didn't see Osama bin Laden's bearded face in my dreams. It was just wherever I would go, almost to a almost daily basis, might I add, I would just see things that said 9/11. So like, for example, and this one blows my mind still to this day because I don't understand how this works. I was checking out at my store and there's a magazine right up on the checkout, and I was looking at it, and I don't remember what the fuck it said at all. All I remember was that it said published on September 11th, 2020. Was it 3? It must have been this year, or even last year. I don't remember. Or last year. It would be 2023. It was 2023, I'm pretty sure, because it was fairly recent. And normally that would be like, oh, okay, haha, that's pretty that's pretty weird timing. But the weirder timing was that it wasn't even the 11th yet. It was like the 9th or 10th of September. It was like about to be the September 11th, but it wasn't. So why was there a magazine that was published 2 days before, just there for me to look at? And it was like a topic that I was like actually like, oh, that's an interesting topic. And I look at it, and as I'm reading the cover, it says published on September 11th, 2023. And I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. And there were so many other just tiny examples. I'm going to look through my gallery now because I would always take pictures. Whenever I saw something that said it, I'd be like, there's no fucking way. And I definitely probably deleted a ton of them. Like, I got a Sheets order, pretty early on into that thing. So we'd go to Sheets a lot. And September 11th, not on September 11th, but 9/11 was my order, I think twice, if I'm being honest. But I think it was just once. But in my head it was twice. But I'm pretty sure it was just once. But it was crazy that it happened once. Like, what the fuck? How? Where is? Did I delete all the pictures? That'd be kind of sad. That's kind of upsetting. I can't find them. Oh my god! Yeah, our phone. We have a couple phones up front. All of them glitch randomly for no real reason, just every now and again. I don't understand why. It just kind of happens, and when it does, it makes weird symbols. Sometimes it's just like big blocks. Sometimes it's just like half of the letters and numbers that it's supposed to show. One time it's just a bunch of like Asian looking symbols. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. It had umlauts and degree symbols and a bunch of like, it looks like a table, but like with legs leaning, like a football player going for a touchback. That's what that looks like. But one time, I picked up the phone because I couldn't really make out who it was. But at the time, how it would work is it would like show you the number that it was. But it only popped up. It was like our area code, and then it was like, it was like a weird space, and then a 9, and then some weird spaces, and then 2 1s and a 3. There was a 3 at the end of the thing, but it was literally area code, 9, 11, 3. How? Just fucking how? So I don't know how. I have half of their phone number, and it was that, and that made me mad. I don't understand. Like it's complete bullshit coincidence. I completely know that and understand that, but it's just fucking crazy the extent to which it happens, and it happens so frequently. Here is the magazine, September 11th, 2023. It was that, but like my God, I'm so bad at I need to like keep things written down better. But yeah, there's just so many absolutely ridiculous just coincidences. Yeah, like expired products. Like whenever I just be around the store looking at for like outdates and stuff, 9/11 would pop up on so many fucking bottles and so many wrappers and so many everythings. And eventually it's kind of to the point where like if you have to be looking for it, right? Like there's no way you're not like looking for it. I wasn't, but I guess it technically was. One time I was counting the money at the end of the day, and it was $69.11. So at 9/11 jump scared me, kind of. There were other times where it was like $9.11. There was definitely one other point where one of the drawers was $9.11. That's all the amount was. And it was like, what the fuck? I didn't take a picture of that one, apparently, which is really upsetting. But the $69.11 broke me. Actually, like, broke me. Because I was literally just, like, chilling. It was a great day. And then, bam, that happened. And I was like, there's no fucking way. That was, like, the same week as when they got all the fucking Hank pictures. Which I'm pretty sure I talked about before. It was very funny. It's just insanity. It's honestly just insanity. And one time I had a fucking... No, it's fine. But just so many bits and baubles, different candies, and again, as I mentioned today, a bunch of them expired on September 11th. And I don't know why. And I guess that we counted that down. He counted that down like 4 months ago now at this point. That's done and dusted. Why is it still following me? And after he did that countdown, or like even like I don't know if it was still during, but it's definitely after, and it's been happening still. Almost every time I play like a competitive game, like a competitive shooter game, more specifically Valorant. It's happened a couple times in CS:GO, but I haven't played it enough for it to be it's I don't know if correlation and causation, you know, like that sort of shit. But almost every time I play Valorant now, the score, without fail, will go to 9/11 or 11-9. And then someone will mention it if I don't. If I'm just like trying to play cool and it's 11-9, then the enemy team will be like, haha, 9/11. I'm like, no! It's just fucking ridiculous. It's just stupid, ridiculous coincidences, but it's ridiculous how much it happens. Because it's not even, it's actually insane. Like, I think at least 60% of the time. And that's saying at least. I'm pretty sure it's actually more than that. But I don't want to spout lies, so I'm underballing it on purpose. But when it initially happened, and I'm not even kidding, when it initially happened, I got 9/11 as a score, or 11-9, 7 times in a row. And I remember that because every time it would happen, I'd go to my friends and say, it happened again, it happened again. And these were all like the same couple day span. For like 3 days, in like 7 games back to back to back, 9/11 was the score at some point towards the end of the game. Which, how does that happen? And this is less so a thing that I think this is bullshit impossible. But whenever the scoreboard, someone like has like kill to death ratio of 9/11 or death to assist ratio of 9/11, they'll show it to me, and I like jokingly get angry nowadays. But when it first happened, I did treat it like the scoreboard, and I was like, "You've got to be fucking kidding me!" And I'd like throw my arms up and like waggle around, like, "This is impossible! How does this keep happening?" And it was just so stupid. And like, whenever I tried to stop it, like sometimes it would be like I'm like 1 death away, or like I'm 1 kill away from it. I would do my best to not have it happen, but 80% of the time would happen anyway, and I'd just be screwed. And I'd be like, oh well, I guess it's 9/11 time. Just 9/11 jump scare everybody. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But it's just so ridiculous. And nowadays, because it got so ridiculous with Valorant, my friend still keeps up the torment. So every time it is like 9:11 a.m. or p.m., or at least most of the time. He didn't do it today, but like a lot of the days, if he's like awake and alert for when it's 9/11, he'll send an image saying, haha, you got 9/11, and then that makes me fucking furious. But even when it's not him doing it, the weird frequency at which my brain works to where I check the time at 9:11 a.m. or p.m. more frequently than any other time of the day. It's mind-blowing, and I'm pretty sure this is definitely like a, what's the word, a synchronicity. Like the fact that I'm thinking about the time 9/11, just the numbers, that it's showing up way more than it's supposed to. But the amount of times I look at my phone to be like, what time is it when I'm playing with my friends, or like what time is it when I'm just like I'm like at work, it's almost ready to go, and it says 9/11. I want to have an aneurysm because how? What the fuck? The deck shouldn't be that almost consistent, but it is. I don't understand. It's like part of my like ritual nowadays. Every day I wake up, and it's 9 o'clock, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna stay in bed for a little bit more. And then I freaking look at my phone now, like, okay, how long has it been? Ah, it's 9:11. Great. Okay, well, I'm going back to bed. Or I'll just be at work, and I'll be like, all right, it's almost time to go, right? And it's like 9 something, right? And I look at a phone, 9:12. Just missed it. But what the fuck? That's insane. But it kind of gets ridiculous. The amount, to the extent that 9/11 has infiltrated my brain. And don't get me wrong. It's stupid. I hate it. I hate it just because I hate it and I love it because it's a very funny inside joke with my friends that it just happens over and over, and like every time it happens, I am like, especially when we're playing like Valorant or something, and it happens, and I'm like, no, this is impossible. How did this happen? And then they're like, what happened? And then they look at the scoreboard, and then they start laughing, fucking hysterically. It's very funny. It's incredibly funny, but it's just ridiculous. It's honestly ridiculous at this point. Like the extent to which it happens is crazy. It's just crazy. Sorry, I don't know what the fuck that was. I'm incredibly tired, and I apologize. But there is one final straw, might I add. There is one thing that happened just recently that I need to talk about it. And this is the main reason why I'm making this video, because I think it's just ridiculous. So, my friend for Christmas, here, you want the light on? There you go. My friend for Christmas said, hey, I'm going to get you a shirt. But it's not going to be in by Christmas. I don't know when it's going to be in. It's very, very shitty shipping. And I'm like, okay, that's fine, whatever. It's cool. Whatever happens. It's going to be a shirt. As long as it's nothing that I wouldn't want to wear. As long as it's not something that's too crazy. And then he's like, uh-oh. And I'm like, oh, God. But he already sent it out. He already ordered it. So it's too late. It's too late for me to worry about it. And eventually, I think just the other day, like 3 days ago, I finally got the package. And I'm like, okay, great. That's awesome. Well, I wondered what it could be. And I know it's a shirt. First of all, he spells my name like how he does in the group chat that we're in. So almost fucked that up completely, because I've been in a situation where the mail people, USPS, will not send your package if the last name is wrong. So, whew, I dodged a bullet there. But I then open the thing, and I see what the shirt is that he got me. And let's just say, I laughed. I mean, how do you not laugh at that? I thought for sure it was going to be something way worse. So I saw the 11 first, and I was like, no. Because I knew exactly what it was going to be. He wouldn't get me just a 7-Eleven shirt as a funny haha. he did this to me. And my other friend was like, it'd be funnier if you saw it at 9/11. And I'd be like, that would be funny. It'd be ridiculous. And I got it at like 1 in the afternoon, so I wasn't just gonna wait. And like, it was actually like 4. So it was right after Monday's stream, actually. So it was 3 days ago. Monday's stream. After the stream, I went to check, and it was there. And yeah. So that's that. So yeah. Now even if I wanted it to escape, it pretty much can't. Because it's a shirt that I own now forever. And now I'm constantly going to be reminded about it, because if I go into my closet and I'm like, what do I want to wear today? Oh, do I want to wear this t-shirt? Do I want this t-shirt? Oh, I know. 9/11. Just jump scares me out of nowhere. And I'm like, oh, dear God, no, why? It's a horrible life to live. And I'm forced to live it. And I'm okay. I'll be fine. Thanks for asking. I'll be okay. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say today. It's just that it's crazy. I wish I had more prominent examples to give you, but just the amount of times that like I go out with my sisters and we're like, at like a freaking Hobby Lobby, and somehow 9/11 is appears from thin air, or just I'll be out just on my own, just walking to work or walking somewhere. And then, like, just freaking the numbers pop up. I'll go look on Instagram, and bada bing, bada boom. Well, I mean, Instagram's it's social media. It's kind of a throwaway. Here, of course, you're gonna see 9/11 there, but the amount of times it comes up on almost every other day basis is ridiculous. And I go to work today, and I work at 1 o'clock, so I need to get this ready because it is now 10:30 almost. I still need to play the game, so I'm gonna keep this shorter than usual. But yeah, I'm sure today I will somehow find a way to see that. So the amount of times I check out customers, and it ends in like it would be like $29.11 or $19.11 or like $69.11. The amount of times it happens is ridiculous. So I just needed to get that off my chest. So maybe now that I've talked about it, it'll stop happening. Very unlikely, I know, but maybe there's hope. Right? Either way, thank you all for watching this episode of Stranded Deep in Conversation. Next week's topic will actually be something that is sane to talk about, probably. And I swear, eventually, I'm gonna get this a bit more professionalized, and I'll have it all figured out. But until then, I don't know. It's just gonna be this. It's just gonna be rambling like a crazy person. But thank you all, regardless, for tuning in. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.